Hello, guys. Welcome to the platform. As we are winding down the year, I was just reflecting and wanting to know how best can I help the people who are camping here on this platform, whom I share a special bond with, students who are here. And one thing I did was go into one of the groups that I am in, which talks about upgrading our careers, which is always encouraging women to go to school or the girl child to value their school. And I've been in this group for a long time, and I've seen like it's a community of females or women wanting to make sure that they have good professional careers, that they are pushing and they are not giving up. And in this group, if you go and you're about to quit, you will go back and start doing your things. So here is the question I posted. What is one mistake you made in your academic journey that can help someone? How did you overcome it? Let's learn from each other. So, as you all know, I'm not a gatekeeper. I was like, okay, there are a lot of nuggets that have been posted on this post that I did. Let me share them with you. Maybe you're watching and you were about to give up, or you're watching and you were thinking you're being smart in whatever it is that you're doing. And here I am bringing people who have experienced it and have seen that it doesn't work. So I'm going to go through some of the comments just to have a discussion with you. So the first comment was thinking that just being smart will get you far. There is a misconception that your work speaks for itself, but it's not really true. I've seen it a lot of times that lecturers also reward students who participate, who make their name known in class, to an extent that if a student faces a hardship, the lecturer is more willing to assist them at their own initiative. Now, if you're a backbencher just attending class for the sake of attending, who will assist you if you don't speak up? I think this really is something that most students don't really take note of. They just think if I just show up and I'm in class, that's enough. But you know what? When you're at school, that's when you start to build networks. Show up every day, participate, don't be a backbencher. You never know what doors it will open for you. And one thing that I think you people don't know is that when lecturers have opportunities for students, they look for those students who were hands-on, who were always participating in class. So if you're a backbencher, you will miss out an opportunity to do a PhD, or you will miss out an opportunity to be a lab assistant, or you will miss out an opportunity for a project where they are doing some collaboration with an NGO, simply because you were a backbencher and you were not participating. So the other comment was not going to A level and focusing mainly on sport. So if you have been here long enough, you probably have seen my previous post whereby I was talking to parents to send their kids to A level, give them time to grow. And here there is someone who thought, A level was not important. They started pursuing sport. I'm not saying sport is bad, but they are regretting that decision because maybe when it didn't work out in sport, now they were struggling to see what was their next step. So if you're out there, just know that you can do both. You can still pursue sport, do your A level. If sport doesn't work out, you have your A level to fall back on and do your degree. And I hope if you're watching this video as a parent, you will know that sometimes your kids have to pursue both so that they have something to fall back on. And then someone was talking about having one supervisor for my PhD. I suffered. So this is for those who want to pursue PhDs. If you are going to apply for a PhD, please always ensure that you have a PhD committee, you have at least 2 supervisors, because sometimes one supervisor is very, very risky. If they get busy or if it doesn't work out so well as you anticipated, your whole work is going to stop because of that. But you have 2 supervisors, you are most likely to have one of them as a moderator, to have one of them like kind of providing a solution and saying, you know what, Chafara, maybe we should do this when this one is out of touch and all of that. So also be mindful of this when looking for PhDs. The other comment was not finishing my master's. They were saying that they fell pregnant, couldn't write their dissertation. When they decided to pick it up after motherhood and all of that, they are realizing that they lost a lot of years and they could be doing a PhD now, so they were not finishing. So one thing that I want to advise you is finish that degree, no matter what. Whether you are pregnant, whether you are nursing, those things can coexist, guys. You can still be a good mom and still pursue your degree. You can still be a good mom and finish your degree. Never stop or defer saying just because I'm having a baby, I'm deferring. Because from the numbers from when I was in university, most people who left school saying it's because I'm pregnant, I need to take some time off, they never came back to finish. So I hope that if you're listening here, do not let your pregnancy, do not let motherhood stop you from finishing, because sometimes once you stop, going back is very difficult. So I hope that helps you. Motherhood and pursuing your career can coexist. You don't have to drop one to do one, or do one and drop one. I hope that's unspeakable. I hope you have understood that. And then there was one comment that was saying, leave humanities and social science degrees alone unless it's social work. The rest, please stay away from. There is no money. And under this comment, I commented that I disagree. And if you have seen my previous video on social sciences and humanities, you heard me talking about how everything is about strategy. One needs to strategize when they do these degrees. There are a lot of people who are making it. So do not let anyone make you think that your degree is useless, especially for social sciences and humanities. You just have to have strategies after your graduation. And one comment that I really liked was being comfortable with basic grades. For my first degree, I fell in the pool of people who said as long as it's a pass, it's good. And I want to tell you that no, it's not. I only realized how important the transcript was in my third year, and I feel in a way that affected me a lot. Basic grades can impact how you navigate forward after graduation. My advice would be aim for the highest grade as much as possible. Don't be comfortable with just crossing the line. Pass. Do your best always, and you will see how that opens up for you, be it in academia or certain work areas. You should never sweat whenever they ask you to attach your transcript. In fact, you should want to attach it. I hope this message goes a long way. I hope this really helps you. If you're doing a degree right now and you are only focusing on passing without putting an effort to have high grades, I hope this changes your mindset. You have also seen in my videos, I've told you how much some of the requirements are good grades. Of course, you can get a master's with a second class, but having the highest grade will actually put you in a better position. And sometimes when they have people, they can't decide. Sometimes they have to fall back and see who has the highest grades among these people, and then they get the opportunity. So it is important. Do not settle for basic grades. I really like this advice. And one advice was only in Africa where they say a degree has no value. There is no degree that doesn't have a job. Stop procrastinating. Start. I know there is a narrative that says, why are you learning so much? School is not important. And basically, this is coming from Africa where there is a lot going on. Most of the economies are based on hustling. And when you're there and when your home country is everything that you have seen, you start believing that, you know what, education is not important. But if you get a chance to leave your home country and experience other countries, you will understand that a degree is very important. It builds your career. So if you have been contemplating to start your degree, start now. I think this comment takes the trophy. Listening to the don't go to university, there are no jobs. You could get a job with A level, but you don't get proper salaries because you don't have a degree. Now I'm racing against time and responsibilities to get that degree. Guys, there is something that is called paid based on your skills, paid based on your certificates. In companies, you will see that if you don't have a degree, in as much as your position would make you get a lot of money, if you don't have the certificates to show that you deserve that, you will get the basic pay until you have the qualifications that will make them give you the amount that you are supposed to get. So despite getting the job by grace, sometimes the pay will be so minute, the pay will be so low because you don't have the certificates to back that up. And it's something that most people only realize that when it's too late. Or maybe they've worked for companies for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and now they want to be promoted. In as much as they know how systems work, some 84-year-old person who is a bachelor's will come and take that position, and you are forced to train that person. Why? Because you don't have the certificate to back it up, but this 24-year-old has the certificate to back it up. So, guys, it is important that you have the certificates to back up your qualifications. The other comment was thinking school wasn't important and not taking it that serious. But I'm glad that I realized I was wrong and I started again with, sitting for my exams in my early 30s, and now I'm proudly a master degree holder. We all make mistakes, and when growing up, we all face different situations. But the moment that you realize you have made a mistake, please go back on the desk, get your education. It's never too late to start. The other comment was topping at BSc, no job, now stuck at home for 40 years with my degree done 15 years ago. And I think what I was saying in my previous video, that you need strategy. When you finish your bachelor's degree, don't just cruise and say things will work out. You need strategy. When you finish your postgraduate period is very important. You need to strategize. So sometimes when you can't get jobs, it is important that maybe you pursue a master so that you don't just spend a lot of years sitting at home thinking that you'll get a job. But when you do a postgraduate, you are increasing the networking, you are increasing the degrees that you have, and you never know how it will open doors for you. So never think that after my first degree I'm only pushing for jobs. Postgraduate degrees are there for a reason, and sometimes when you don't secure a job early, consider doing them. The other comment was doing a course which needed 5 O levels when I had A level. Worst mistake of my life. Still trying to correct it, but I'm not able to get into the field that I wanted. If you want a course that needs 5 O levels, don't go to A level. Those are the 2 years you will never get back. Wish somebody had told me that before I got into a diploma that needed O level only. So, guys, I know that right now we are echoing a lot of career guidance, trying to do it for our kids before it's too late. But it is important to map your way and see where you want to go. See, there are some courses that only need 5 O levels and it works out, and then there are some courses which need A levels and it works out. So sometimes you need to know that time is of essence value. Time is very, very important. So if your diploma doesn't need you to go to A level, don't waste your 2 years going to A level. Go and do that diploma and build from there. So as you are making these decisions, do not rush them. Each person's situation is different each and every time. So take time to digest. So I cannot read all of the comments from this, but I hope that this video has actually made you see some of the mistakes that people made and they are trying to correct them. I would like to end this video by telling you that it's not too late to start. If you made a mistake before, you can still correct it. When it comes to your academics, you can still try to salvage what is there. Instead of just sitting and crying about it and not doing anything about it, you could actually stand up and do something. So if you want, we can continue on this thread. You guys can also share what are the mistakes that you made in academics and how did you correct them, so that the community here can also learn. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that it has made you see the different things that people went through and how they corrected them. I hope that it has also opened your mind to see some of the mistakes that you could avoid in future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your loved ones who might benefit from this video. Ciao, ciao. Bye.